beautiful morning here in the city of Lagos. Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Street Assembly, brought to you by Citizens Information Network. Permit me to say congratulations to the Manchester City team that came out victorious on the just concluded Premiership League in England. Well, it was a wonderful season, and of course, we are here for boundary roundabout for Ajegule, where we want to sample the news we make headlines in our different newspaper this morning, and of course thereafter sample the views, the opinions and the reactions of the street constituents here for Ajegule boundary roundabout precisely. My name is Raphael Nwaneri, also known as Pando, the Honorable Speaker of the street. When we come back, it will be time to sample the different news we make headlines on our different newspaper. We will come back. Street Assembly. Okay, sharply more we go. The news will make different headlines into our different newspapers. The Punch newspaper this morning. It said federal government flouts pension law, remits low amounts to workers' accounts. This one you go see for page 35 of the new the Punch newspaper this morning. 49 of 127 Buhari Osinbajo's aides get 2.48 billion naira in 4 years. This news you go see for page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Defense minister ought to have been fired. Zamfara Emir na im talk this one. Now for page 2 you go see for the Punch newspaper. And lastly for the Punch newspaper, the headline we go take, it say blackout looms as Labour plans power transmission shuts down. This news you go see for the Punch newspaper. Also, make we go to the Guardian newspaper this morning. The Guardian is say probing again now. Labour tells Buhari begins protest today. That particular news you go see for the Guardian newspaper for page 12 of the Guardian newspaper. And of course, he said CBN don't debunk missing money reports. This one for page 3 you go see Nigeria sports heroes, tales of dining stars. All these particular news you go see for the Guardian newspaper this morning. And lastly for the Guardian, look at page 38, it says reforming microfinance to alleviate poverty, foster national development. Okay, now the Guardian newspaper be that, and sharply make we go to Nigerian Tribune. Nigerian Tribune, he say what Emefiele deputy governor orders discuss. Now CBN talk this one, no money missing. It says now page 10 you go see this particular news for Nigerian Tribune. Security challenges, we are up to the task. Presidency, now they talk this one for the for Nigerian Tribune. Page 4 you go see this particular news. Ocean Surge sacks 4 communities in Ondo. And lastly for the Nigerian Tribune, he says Abba Hamzat, he's dead. And that one a story wey no too sweet our belle for this thing. Okay, and lastly we go check the Nation newspaper this morning. The news wey enter the Nation newspaper, he say business giants in trouble over 5 trillion naira AMCON debt. Osinbajo government, and it comes to the rider, Osinbajo government will set example with top debtors to deter others. This one now you go see for the Nation newspaper. Presidency don list government anti-crime measures, and this one at page 6. And lastly, Kokori loses battle for NSITF board chair. This news and many others you go see for the Nation newspaper. And don't forget, on virtually all the newspaper this morning, it carry the jubilation of Man City team there. All right, when we come back, it will come the time when we go talk to the people of Ajegule for boundary roundabout precisely to know what will be their view, what will be their reaction, and of course, what will their opinion be with regards to the news we make headlines into our different newspaper. My name is Raphael Nwaneri, never change. If you call me Pando, the Honorable Speaker of the Streets, will they come back? Alright, welcome back. It's still the street assembly, and we still there at Jegule roundabout here. Sorry, Pando roundabout here for Jegule. Alright, I get with me two fine distinguished street constituents. We want tell us how how we want react to the news. We make different headlines for our newspaper. Precisely, Nigerian Tribune. He said what Emefiele and the deputy governor and others discuss CBN, and with the right away say no money missing. CBN don't talk this one for page 10 for the Tribune. What will be your reaction, sir? And before your reaction, can we meet you?
Good day. My name's Uchendu Stephen. I'm an honorable in this environment.
All right, Mr. Uchendu. And you, sir?
My name is Mr. Onyeka Dennis.
Mr. Onyeka. All right, Mr. Uchendu. What will be your reaction with regards to this particular one?
Now, this country is an amusing country. They take us for granted. Just few days before the confirmation of Emefiele, a certain amount was missing. After his confirmation, he and his deputy are now telling us that no money is missing. So what a way to rattle on our intelligence. Now, a lot of things are going in this climb called Nigeria, and we are not happy about it. The people we elected are not accountable to us. We are supposed to have a government of the people, by the people, accountable to the people. But what are we having? Self-imposed government that is unaccountable to the people and accountable to godfathers that brought them into power. I live in Ajegule for years. I've been crossing Pako here. Cross to this water side here, there's a Pako there. For the past 15 years, we've been paying money to go to work. Nobody has collected it. We've shouted, we've fought, nobody's listening to us. How long will you hold a man down before you allow him to be free? Go to Lekki. I visited my brother on Sunday. Going to Lekki, you pay toll gate, 250 go, 250 come. Just to go and visit your brother. Who built that toll gate? Now, let us know how many years it was concessioned out. Nobody is talking to us. Nobody is talking to us. It's a private affair.
All right, sir. I'll still come to you. Let me get his own reaction. What's your reaction with regards to this, sir?
It's very, very funny. A country like Nigeria, great giant of Africa, is very funny. Once they come to tell us that money is missing, another one they will tell us money is not missing. The other time snakes swallow money. The other time the president or the whole president of the nation cannot even give account of his ministers. So it looks very, very funny. And we Nigerians will fail to do the right thing. When we fail to ask the right questions, those are the things, kind of things we see. And this government, Nigerian, they feel that belongs to some certain set of people, that the majorities are not involved. So I believe the same cabals since 1980s are still the same one ruling this country today. That is what I believe. Even the other day, the way sacks or the way these people are saying terrorizing people, I was holding an official envelope. They stopped me in Ireland asking me to open an official envelope for them. So it's very, very annoying. When you look at the law, the president or the people who are elected are not respectful of rule of law. The major thing in a country is a respectful of rule of law. Any country who does not have a rule of law is gone.
All right, sir. Let me come to you. Now, you mentioned about your constituents here, yes, which is Emefiele, if I'm right. Yes. All right. A big question now I'd want to talk. He mentioned something about holding your leaders accountable. Have the people of Emefiele, gone to their leader? Do they really know their representative? Do they know who this chairman, who their chairman is, who the councillor, the person representing it, and even their senator? Do they know them? And how far have they gone? Because sometimes we don't just stand and call the presidency. There are representatives in our different wards and local governments. Have the people of Emefiele actually gone to meet this people, and what's their reaction?
Thank you so much. Still, my name is Uchendu. Now, we have a local government chairman. We have a house of rep by the name of Honorable Rita Oji. Now, we have a senator who never even come across us here. A senator that has been representing us, we have never seen his face for one day. He has not even visited or called a town hall meeting for us. Now, our rep called a town hall meeting at St. Mary's Catholic Church. I was there in person. I called her attention that in our street, I live opposite at Abukuru Street here. I called her attention that we don't have borehole, no street has borehole here. When I hear people talking of water in Ikpaja, far away, I get shocked because in Ajegule here, there's nothing like water. We don't have anything like water. Meanwhile, somebody, an Ojora member, family member, has been a leader, one of the healthmen in Lagos State Water Corporation. But I can tell you there's no put no potable drinking water in Ajegunle. We depend on borehole. We buy a bucket of borehole, 16 naira. Then water peddlers come to put water in tanks, and we buy it 100 naira a bucket. Now, what are we into? You have a senator, you cannot access him. No senatorial office. Only the House of Reps is trying, Rita. Though not 100%, but at least she made herself visible. Now, to my shock and greatest chagrin, as a Mary's Catholic Church, the Rep, Rita Oji, told us that the local government gets, by way of allocation, 140 million per month. Yes, I went straight to the PA and called him. He said he wants it to be off camera. I said, no problem. What happened to our 140 million? He said, yes, they bring 140 million to Emefiele. But the truth is that the governor converts 65 million out of the 140 million. And I said, why not raise alarm? Why not tell your guy to raise alarm so that we all be on the street and fight for our right? He said that when you raise alarm, the governor will use the State House of Assembly to scatter the career of the chairman. So the chairman acquiesced. The chairman cannot fight for his people. Now, talking of chairman, whether we have chairman or not, we don't know. Come to our street, where they are breeding pigs. It's better. Yes, it does not exist. Where we are living is like pig still, where they are training pigs. No water, no borehole, no drainage, no nothing. Yet, they come there every day to collect money. The issue of NEPA is unspeakable. We don't have light up to 2 or 3 hours a day.
All right, sir. I sure say if I leave you to no go reach, we go talk about the whole issue with the this your constituent. Thank you, sir. You join me for the street assembly, and also you. Thank you, sir. You join me. All right, distinguished viewers, and when we come back, we'll be taking more reactions, more views, and of course the opinions of the street constituents here for boundary at Emefiele local government. My name is Raphael Nwaneri. Never change. The honorable speaker of the street. We will come back.